feet to the ground, and nice and gently, heels could be on the ground, toes could be on the ground. Start moving your knees from side to side. Just to get a little bit of a feel for your lower back. How does the lower back feel? Is there any tension, any tightness? And then you can go deeper every time. And then you drop your knees all the way to the left and turn the head to the right. And crucially, you want your feet quite far apart so that you start feeling a stretching to the right side of the body down into the hip, the outside of the leg here. You could even bring your left ankle on top of the right knee. That's always a favorite of mine. And just gently breathe into the body. Have your left hand on your stomach, just to feel the movement there. And you know that you don't actually have to breathe very deeply, very strongly to get enough oxygen into the body. This needs very gentle breaths. It causes a little bit of movement in the sun. And then slowly from here, removing that left foot, if you have it on your right knee, raise your knees and gently stretch the legs out just for a little bit. Might be necessary for that right leg, into the toes, into the ankles. And then from here, back to where we were, feet on the ground, quite far apart, but everything that's comfortable, of course. You move from side to side again. Give yourself that time. No need to rush this. And then next time you go to the right, stay there. Dropping your knees as far as it's comfortable. Maybe, if you want to, bring the right ankle on top of the left knee. And again, that's not for everyone. Could also not feel quite right for the knee itself. So just go somewhere that's comfortable for you. There is no right or wrong. And that left knee doesn't have to be anywhere near the ground. This is just one way that this could look. All we want is to start feeling the left side of the body, getting a sense of space in the body. And breathe into that space, all of the upper body. And then slowly from here, raise your knee, coming back to center. And we're going to stretch out the legs just in case that's necessary for your knees, for the legs just feel up in. And we're going to add the arms, and we're going to point our fingers all the way to the back. Then one set of toes further away from us, and then the other. One foot really just go further forwards than the other. And you feel that in the hip and the side body. And then from here, back to where we were, feet to the ground. And we're going to walk both feet over to the right side. The hips could follow, but don't have to. And the right leg goes on top of the left. The right leg could disappear underneath the left leg. And we drop our knees to the left side and turn the head to the left. Now, the reason we don't have to shift the hips over is because that makes it a little bit deeper, and that might be what we want here in this twist. You want to start still feeling the right side, of course, but start feeling your lower back. And then turn your head to the right if that's comfortable. That in itself is a nice stretch for the neck. And you can add your right hand as a weight and just gently push down like this. And then you keep in your hand there. That's absolutely fine. Do not add that stretch. And there's something to be aware of, obviously, when we spend a lot of time sitting at a desk. There's a lot of tension that creeps up into the neck and into the shoulders. That's completely fine. We just need to be aware of what is good for us and what isn't. So there's no one size fits all. Just play around with this a little bit. And if turning the head to the right in itself is too much, then just turn the head to the left. You just want to make sure the right shoulder is heavy. And you could, if you wanted to, again, just little options. Bring your left hand to the thigh and push that right thigh away from you. Start feeling even more deeply into the right side of the body. That might or might not feel nice for you. So give it a try if you want. stay away from it if it doesn't feel good for you. And then slowly from here, and up and back to the center of the mat. If your hips were on the right, bring them back to where they were. And then gently help your knees into the feel the lower back on the ground. And this doesn't have to be deep. Maybe it feels much better if you don't feel too deep. Just gently resting your hands in the knees should be enough for some of them. If you want to go deeper, if you're craving a deeper sensation, a deeper release in the lower back, then of course you can help the knees in very tightly to the chest. You might even feel that expansion of the stomach against the thighs. From here, gently bring your feet back down into the ground. We're going to walk the feet to the left side of the mat. We're going to walk our hips to the left side, maybe. And then the left leg over the right, left foot under the right. If it wants to go that double bind, and then we drop our knees to the right side and turn the head to the left. And notice how my left shoulder is still quite heavy here. It doesn't rise off the ground. So here this is spinal point, but what we're trying to do is twist into the whole of the body. So if you're visualizing the spine, and you're getting your left shoulder further down, there's that twist in the spine. So again, use the left hand to then to push our jaw down, push the head down further. We could keep the hand there, we could relax it, we could leave that out altogether and then raise the head and look back to the ceiling. All these things that we want to be aware of here, especially because we're holding on. With every moment that we're holding for longer, it becomes more important to be comfortable, to be aware of what's going on in the body. And comfort can be a really deep sensation, but it shouldn't be a pain, it shouldn't be something that's not good for the body. Always making sure we're aware of the body. And then if you want the right hand, go to the left side, then you could push that thigh away. Just a few more moments of your enjoyable strength. Then slowly come out of this posture. Really take your time with this. Sometimes it's surprising how deep this coming out of the posture is, how deep the release, the reset can feel. So firmly back onto the ground, and we have the knees into motion. Notice how I'm doing this differently here. So just one of many other options that we have. And of course, if having the knees in is too much for you, then the feet could be on the ground and the knees would just reach for the ceiling. That's as fine. And then take a deep breath in. Let's sigh out. And one more time. And next time, really with that awareness of the expansion in the stomach and in the rib cage and in the chest. And then one that might be quite deep for some of us, so I'll show the easy option first. Hands underneath the hooks of the knees here. As we push the knees out, we are getting the thighs up here, flex your feet. If you haven't done this stretching into the or moving into the ankles, maybe now is the time before you flex. And you can easily squeeze into this. And you can stay here, as always, hands on the inside, hands towards the feet. That's another option to come into happy baby. Choose the one that's right for you, not the one that you think you should choose. Because no one will see you anyway. So you do your own thing. Do what feels good for you. Make sure that as you do that, it feels good in the shoulders. There's nothing that's happened in the neck. So for example, you haven't suddenly raised the chin or the shoulders. You cause a lot of tension in the neck. Keep yourself comfortable here. If that means raising the buttocks, then raise the buttocks. That's not the problem. You want to feel that connection with the lower back and the ground, that's possible for you. Then go here, And if this happy baby that I'm showing right now is not deep enough for you, you can deepen it by pushing your knees out further and pushing your feet in a little bit. And all of a sudden, what we feel in the hips is a completely different sensation. Looking up to the ceiling, already using that time with the back of the head firmly on the ground. Just gently tuck the chin under, closing the eyes, relaxing the jaw, often causes neck issues. Relaxing the eyebrows and the forehead. And gently from here, release the feet and raise them up towards the ceiling. And I say it all the time, this is a beautiful posture. Great for pelvis, great for your pelvic floor, for example. Really great to raise your dada line and make you happier, more relaxed, by slowing down the firing of neurons in the body. But it doesn't work for everyone, of course, to straighten the legs like that. If you have a desk job, you're sitting like this all the time, 90-degree angle here, hamstrings get tight. So if you're looking more like that, that's fine. Feel your core engaged, but not working too hard, and keep feeling the lower back on the ground. So you want to push it into the ground rather than arching it. If that happens, bring your knees further in. Just legs up in a way that feels good for you. And then hands could come, but don't have to, on the chest and stomach. You can start really connecting with that feeling of the breath. Movement, feeling in the body. It's an interesting one because the breath is always there. Anything that we always feel becomes a default, becomes something that we don't realize anymore. Even just the air on our skin, it's just there. We don't realize it. We only start realizing when there's a big drop or something like that. I certainly do. Many people don't. It's the same with the breath. It's this little movement, spending some time observing it. And then focusing more on the hands and the chest. Starting to connect with the heartbeat. But just a little bit longer. I know this is hard work for many of you. Have it on good authority from at least one person. And then from here we go to the ankles, and then into the toes, and lower the feet. And you stretch the legs out because they really deserve that. Now arms up over the head. You guide the arms over to the left side and switch them out, holding onto the right wrist. Then you're pulling. And feel that, not just on the right side of the body, but in your spine as well. A little bit of a lateral stretch here. Spine curves towards the spine. And you change sides, grabbing hold of the left wrist and pulling it to the right. And back, all the way back to the center of your mat. Bring your feet back onto the ground and have the knees gently into the feet. Then rock from side to side. Really give our back a little massage. Maybe it's necessary, maybe it isn't, maybe it feels good. If it doesn't, take it slowly, starting to move a little bit. With all these tiny differences in sensation. You feel your spine maybe. Okay, and then from here, hands underneath the knees. You rock to the back and up to seated. If that's not your thing, come to the right side of the body. And then make your way up to seated. You're going to come to sit on the heels. As always, if that's uncomfortable for you, come into a different position. What I'm trying to do is get us to touch the ground here with the palm of the hands, sometimes with the tops of the hands. We want to try and get the shoulders low. If you're crossing the legs, you're a little bit lower already, that's fine. But if you want to sit on the heels and it gets too much for you, grab yourself a book. I don't know why I'm pointing to my books, you can't have them. Grab yourself a book, grab yourself a yoga block if you have one, but anything that kind of elevates you a little bit and takes away the pressure from the knees and from the legs. That could work. But if not, feel free to sit in any other way. And then we start rolling the shoulders to the back. Now we're just relaxing. And we're going to do that really, really slowly. Slow shoulder roll. And notice how every time we go to the back, we open the palms to the front. There you go. If you're feeling comfortable with that, close the eye. Every yoga class should allow you to connect with your body. The world that's very outward looking, where we're constantly doing things, being concerned with what's going on around us, and not with what's going on inside. This is our chance to have some me time, the inward looking. Now, next time you go to the back, stay there and slide between the toes. And this is the one where we're trying to get the tips of the fingers, or even the tops of the fingers. Pull the fingers down towards the back. Squeeze the down. Gentle squeeze of the toes, nothing more than that. You should feel warmth come into your arms. If it's pins and needles that we're feeling, you use a little bit. Don't feel that. So not too much sensation wise, and something that stays comfortable. As we gently drop our left into the shoulder. Close your eyes because we're staying, and you just want to feel what it is you're feeling in the right side of the head. Want to keep the eyes closed so that you can start exploring a little bit without getting distracted by what I'm doing. So the chin to go up a little bit, the chin to go down. Where do we feel something that feels good? And remembering if it gets too much for the arms, we can release a little bit of that pressure. And slowly lower the chin. And bring the hands onto the knees or thighs. Just relaxing the shoulders. And the chin stays on the chest as we shrug the shoulders. Straighten the head. And roll the shoulders to the back, one time. That's really for sliding the shoulders down. Reaching the fingertips towards the ground, touching the ground, maybe managing to take the fingers before the fingers touching the ground. And from here, drop your right into the right shoulder. We don't ever have to go to our extreme, to that end range of motion, if that's uncomfortable. Sometimes it feels a little bit jerky to be. Just go a little bit over, go to a place of pencil and hold that. And again, close the eyes. Breathe into the body. And then we start moving the chin to the night. Even that is optional. If you're happy exactly where you are, stay. Looking for sensation, not for a posture, not for right or wrong, but for a feeling of release. And slowly roll the chin to the chest. Relax the hands onto the thighs and knees. And from here, round your back, hands to the thighs, as far forward as possible. Shoulders forwards, and your neck back, push it towards the back. And slowly rounding back, rounding the arms a little bit, rise and straighten up. Reach the fingertips high, and then lower the shoulders and raise the shoulders. A little bit of a focus on the neck as promised, but that doesn't mean we're forgetting about the rest of the body. And as we know, everything's connected. The shoulders need to do a little bit of focus, go a little bit faster now. Just raising and lowering the shoulders. So what shouldn't happen is this here. It's nothing to do with the arm. Just stacking or raising. And again, and then some protraction and contraction, retraction, squeeze, and reach to the front. Back, slowly, a little faster. Again, no bending the arms, that's not what you're doing. Please not now. From here, Back to where we were. We breathe in, look up, we breathe out, and drop the arms and drop them. Do that a few more times. It doesn't have to look elegant. Breathe in, breathe out, let go. We want it outside. Just exhale through the mouth. One last one, everyone. Hands to the shin, to the thigh. Really straighten the head. And we'll go a little bit deeper into that stretch here. Right, left hand onto the neck. Then keep pushing up. Then you don't have to bring the ear as close to the floor as you can go. Bring it to a place where you're comfortable. And then fingertips reach for the ground. Again, this could be the moment where you realize I do not want to sit in Rajasana anymore. It is too much to sit on the heel. Change position. And if you're a little bit lower, walk the fingertips further. Somewhere where you can really feel that stretching to the side hip. The benefit of that is not just that we're feeling the stretch into the arm and down into the fingers, invading the shoulder, but we're fixing the muscle on both sides, so that we can actually very effectively stretch into the neck. Very good. And then that right hand relaxes. The left hand keeps pushing down, but this time the head pushes against the hand. And if you wanted to, you could try and overlook here what's going on. Just feel this. Feel there, nothing burning. Feel this, yeah, this one. Right? Just as important as the stretching. You release. You push the hand into the head and the head into the head. Then maybe you got to test what's going on. Whether you feel something, it's this. Perfect. And let go. And just as important for healthy the neck is movement as well. We're going to move the head from side to side, ear to shoulder, ear to shoulder. Nice and slowly. We're not here to do anything fast. We're here to do everything mindfully. Have an hour, how we fill it is up to you. You come back up and then we do that same thing on the other side. Bringing the right hand to the head. Then keep pushing down. And walking that left hand away. Fingertips on the ground. And gently press down. Neck is in. No resistance. And there is resistance, of course. But we're softening into that resistance. A little bit longer. Relax your left hand. And the right hand stays where it is, pushing the head into the hand as the hand pushes into the neck. Working with the strength in the left side of the neck. Slowly come up. Right side of the neck. Push the hand into the neck. Push the head into the neck. If this happens to be your first time doing this, I will recognize this, of course, but if it happens to be the first time, don't overdo anything. You don't want to cause tightness by overuse. Right. Drop the neck into the side. And maybe going a little bit faster. Make sure you don't start feeling dizzy. Make sure this doesn't become uncomfortable from the other way. Right, very well. There's a lot of talk about neck rolls and poor neck rolls being bad. They aren't necessarily bad. They might just not be for everyone. Coming back up. And then turn your head to the left side. Just looking to the left, and then remember what we did when we were lying down. Use the left hand to push a little bit further. Good. And come back. Turn your head to the right side. Use the right hand to push the head a little bit further to the left. Again, be kind to yourself. You're not here to force anything, you're not here to force yourself. Come back to center. And then we're going to start with half circle. Letting the chin guide the way over to the right side and down to the shoulder, down to the chest, over to the left shoulder, and up. Just a half circle. And then the top part of that half circle to the ceiling. Again, take it more slowly if you need to. There's no rush. And we could do a full circle now. If not, stay with half circles. Top part, lower part. Keep the circle all the way. Change direction. And you slowly release. Straighten the head. Give it a little straight. And then from here, we're going to do what's quite common in Indian dance. We're going to try and shift the head over to one side, back to center, over to the other side, and back to center. I just did a little mistake. I wanted to show actually, and here I am doing it. So what we don't want to do is go here or there. The head stays in line. That's why it helps to have the hands here. We're just trying to get a little further over to the right side, left side, a little further over to the nothing else changes. It's just for neck mobility. And we can do this really slowly, faster, and you get better and better at this. This gets easier and easier. Whatever the neck isn't used to is something the neck will struggle with. Not just because the neck struggles, not just because of muscle, fascia, etc. It's also because the head isn't used to it. The brain, the neural passive ways that are being used here, that are new, that are like little pathways that have never been shredded. I'm overdoing it. I'm sure we've all done it. Good. Now inhale, raise the arms, look up to the ceiling. Exhale, arms to the front, round your back, rock the head. Arms behind the head, push your head down, round your back as much as you can. And slowly from here come up. Very good. As the spine straightens, we're going to push the head down and the head pushes back into the hands. Keep pushing, head into the hands, hands into the head. And then push back down. Relax the head. And push back up. Pushing the head into the hands. And this time, straighten the head. Push the head into the hands still, but the head stays straight. We're going to try a little double chin. And release. And I'm sure very well deserved and very wanted. Come onto all fours. So be stuck with me. Sitting on the wheel. Well done. Tuck your toes under. Be careful with this if you have been on heels for a while. You don't want to overdo that counterpose. Just start moving from side to side. So knees about this distance apart, and you've got enough space, enough balance, enough of a base for yourself here. And you could also, if you wanted to, bring the knees further apart, but you don't have to. Good. Now toes still tucked under. Push your hips to the back, arms to the front. Rock the forehead. Or if it's comfortable, and it might very well not be comfortable, bring your chin to the ground. Then try and manage the chest coming almost to the ground or resting on the ground. So again, most of us will have the forehead on the ground. That's fine. And slowly untap the toes, coming to full child pose, turn the head to the left. Then turning it to the right. from here, slowly come up and forward towards it. This time we are going to bring the knees further apart, maybe mat distance, and the feet together. If you don't have a mat, knees further apart than the knees. Left hand, into the middle of the mat. We're going to raise our right arm and look up to the ceiling. If it's uncomfortable to look to the ceiling, allow yourself to look to the side. We've done so much work on the neck, we don't want to aggravate it now with something that we're maybe unaware of. Down and exhale, drop your hand and push your elbow to the back. Stay here, notice what that does to the rib cage, to the side body, maybe even to the rib cage at the back. Then raise that arm again and extend it over to the left side, all the way onto the ground if possible. If not, maybe just as far as possible and use your left arm as a cushion for you. If that's not necessary, if you're quite deep here, raise your left arm. Maybe send the hand to the back, maybe drop the hand to the knee. So always this is very much up to you. If you replace that feels good for you. If you want to tuck the toes under you, that's fine. If you want to arrange the knees and feet a little bit differently, that's all fine. Get comfortable because you're going to stay. Not forever, but for a little bit. Remembering that these long holds have the benefit of moving beyond the muscular stretch and stretching into the connective tissue surrounding the muscle. Still here, as if you haven't frozen. And make sure that you're not holding your breath, especially when you're quite deep here in this pose. That is sometimes a natural thing for us to want to do. We're feeling that as a constriction, a deep stretch, but we need that breath now more than ever. And then slowly come back. We're coming into child pose first. Release the back and relax your forehead onto the ground. Now this time we'll bring the hands onto the shoulders of the leg. Imagine the hands being weights that are pushing down. Good. From here, hands come back. And we come back up and forward. Feet together, knees further apart. Again, that might not be for you, but maybe start like that, see how it goes. Now right hand into the middle of the mat. And left arm goes up. Reach it high. Look up to the ceiling if you want, to the side of the Now you exhale, stop that hand. Again, heavy here. Push your elbow to you. Where is it that you're feeling it? Where do we not want to feel this? The neck should be comfortable. Raise that arm again, reach it high. Then send the arm over to the left side, to the right side, coming from the left. As far as possible. Then maybe you need your right arm to support. Maybe the right arm can go up. Maybe you can go to the back here. Maybe you can drop behind you. You can try them all out and then decide where exactly you want to be. We can be like cats in these longer held postures, meaning we can take forever to get comfortable. And then we just stay forever as well. The world will pass around us. People come and go. We're just in this posture, unfazed. Maybe with the eyes closed. Maybe with the eyes open. Really slowly come back. Exhale. Arms to the front. Drop your forehead to the ground. Then hold on to your opposite elbow. Turn your head to the left. And you start rocking the hips and head down. Moving it to the right. Keep walking the hips about half down. And slowly come back up onto all four knees, underneath the hips, feet in line with the knees, wrists in line with the shoulders, squeeze the shoulder blade, and push the shoulder blade. Notice how nothing else moves here. The arms are long. The rest of the torso just moves because the shoulder blades are doing something. Same we did when we were sitting. And I might feel different because we've got our weight to hold. Like this. Yeah. Shoulder blades push apart, long arms. We're going to start rounding the back, rocking the head. Take the head, rock the head. And slowly on an inhale, arms stay long, space between the shoulder blades as we arch our back and raise the head. But from here, keep arching as you turn your head to the left side. Look beyond the left shoulder to the back and push you to the right. Very good. We keep arching as we look to the right side and push the hips to the left. Back to center. This time as we look to the right side, we push the hips to the right. Still arching. And as we look to the left side, we push the hips to the left. And back to where we were. Inhale and we look up to the ceiling. Exhale, round your back, rock the head, stay. And if you want to, this might be too much for someone. Come onto the fingertips, just the fingertips. Yeah, keep on the fingertips if you want, as you inhale high. Exhale, one. In through the nose, eyes to the nose, and out through the nose. Palms of the hands come back onto the ground. We're going to draw a circle with the fingers going out to the side. Very good. Now rock from side to side here, side to feel what's going on in the wrists and in the tops of the hands. Good. Now this is where it's getting a little bit deeper. We're going to bring things further towards the knees, maybe all the way. Let's see what the range of motion is. Where are you still comfortable? And for those who are really deep here and don't find that this is a deep enough breath, bend your arms. You automatically be in a diagonal position here, and that's fine. Very good. Now from here, tops of the hands come onto the ground. If both at the same time is too much, then do one after the other. One hand only is fine too. We're going to inhale, arch our back, and look up. Exhale, round the back, and drop the head. And if you have just one hand in this position, same side. And then slowly inhale, arch your back, and look up. Exhale, round your back, and drop the head. Both hands come back into their original position. Now we're going to bring the hands a little bit further forwards than the shoulders now. Arch your back here, and then tap your toes under. We're going to drop our chest in between the hands. The further forward than you might think, and look to the front. Then you could be on the ground, but doesn't have to be. We'll bring the tops of the hands into our bottom, and then send the fingertips far to the back as we can. all the way to the front of the body, forearms to the ground, raise your chest. Push the chest to the front and the shoulders to the back. And lift your right shoulder all the way to the back. Now lift your left shoulder and all the way. Come back to the front. Come down and we go a little bit deeper into a full cobra stretch. Hands next to the chest, elbows in, and they stay close together, close to the body as you come up. Keeping the arms bent, keeping the shoulders from rising. This is not where we are. This would be a beach time. You're looking down at a magazine reading. No magazine around. Shoulders down, bend the arm. You look to the front rather than down. And you look up to the ceiling if you feel that that's still comfortable for the neck. And then same thing we did just now. We're going to turn the head to the left side and look all the way to the back. Now we're going to turn the head to the right side and look all the way to the back. Now we're going to go back to center and look to the front or up. Breathe in here. And then breathe out. Tuck the toes under. Push the hips to the back. No rush. Allow yourself to round the back. Maybe hands to the opposite elbow. Rock your forehead onto your forearm or onto your foot. Breathe into your back. Good. Arms back to the front. Round your back. Slowly coming back. Toes are staying tucked under, so we can push ourselves up into Paradasa, mountain. And hopefully it feels nice to lengthen the legs here, but of course, if there's a lot of tightness in the hamstring, walk it out. Don't worry about how long the legs are. It really doesn't matter. Once the legs are comfortable, get that feeling of lifting the shoulders up, pushing the tailbone. So rather than just here, have a little look. Pushing up, lengthening your arms, lengthening the torso. Long breaths. And then we look to the front. Then we step the right foot to the front. We bring the left heel to the ground. You bend the right leg, you walk the hands a little bit further forwards, sink forwards, and then you straighten the right leg only as much as you can. Walking our hands up our leg if that's helpful. And the bend is absolutely fine. Now raise your right arm and look up to the ceiling. And if this is too difficult, raise your left heel and bend both legs a little bit. Make this your posture. And remember, since this is a focus on the neck, make sure that if you're looking up, that is comfortable for your neck. Drop your right arm behind you if you want. Or if you really want, you can bring that left arm to the outside of your right leg and bind. This is very deep, so don't worry if that's not for you. And then from here, release. And we come into your lunge. Left foot off the ground to sink down. And knee comes down. And again, you open up to the right. You could push the right knee out. You could come onto the outer edge of the right foot if we wanted. And then raise that arm and drop the hand behind you. Lift it up. Try to get your right hip further down. The left hip is already lower than. And release. Tuck your toes under. And step your right leg to the back. Don't worry if that doesn't look elegant. You need another way of getting back into the mountain. And then not just in the legs, but also in the arms and the torso. Then we step that left foot to the front and we bring the right knee to the ground. to sink down into your left leg. Walk out for the forward, push down. Good, very light. And from here, straighten as much as you're comfortable. That doesn't have to be a straight leg. Not even the right leg needs to be straight, if that's too much. You can bring that foot forwards if you want. So there's lots and lots of options. And your hands further up. And then from here, you can with straight leg, otherwise with bent leg. Raise your left arm and look up to the ceiling. You want that right hand a little bit further to the right side, that's fine. If you want the right hand on the left side here, that's good as well. If it's just a little bit deeper, and maybe some of you might need that. You've got that left arm behind you. And I won't show that bind again. Those who know what they're doing know exactly what they're doing anyway. That's sometimes maybe a little bit misleading, I would say, if you're showing that end range, that deep is the posture, that maybe isn't for most people. Right, and slowly release. Raise your right heel, come into a lunge, lengthening that right leg. And you release the right leg to the ground. And from here, maybe pushing the leg out, maybe coming onto the outer edge of the foot, completely up to you. Raise your left arm, and then drop that hand behind you. So you can start twisting, and looking to the back. And as you do, we're not just dropping that right hip, doing I don't know what, with the left hip. You want to try and push that left hip in, rather than focusing on how low the right hip is. And slowly from here, back to where you were. This time as we tap the toes under and not have to the back, you're going to step to the front. Both feet to the front, far apart. Rock your torso, bring the hands to your elbow, and rock from side to side. Relax the belly. You don't have to make this a hamstring stretch. But enough of that. Just let yourself in. And then you can walk from side to side still. Coming a little bit more still. So from your hands to the ground, push your hips down. Trying to keep the heels on the ground, and when you rise, that's fine. Hands a little bit further forward. Rock your head, mount your back, take the head, mount the head. And then hands come to the feet. And you slowly drop our bottom. Back and hands to the knees. You walk onto our back. And gently rock from side to side. Close the eyes and take a deep breath in and sigh out. And again, and let's think about breath not as a deep breath, but as a long breath. So notice the difference. When we think deep, we feel very quick and strong breath in. When we think long, there's actually no pressure on the head. One more long, yet deep breath. And sigh out whenever you're ready. Very good. And then slowly bring your feet onto the ground. Stretch your left leg away from you. This is going to get very yin, very fascia oriented. Bring your right knee in towards you. Use the left hand to guide the knee over to the left side. Beautiful. And then as before, do with the head whatever feels good for the head. Let your right shoulder stay in. Now this will feel different than this from the beginning, not just because the legs are in a slightly different position, but also because, and we can bend the left leg to one as well, but also because we have worked at the now, and crucially, we're soft in the body and we're not going to our deepest stretch, our deepest sensation. We go to a place that feels comfortable and just hold there. Maybe even relaxing that arm. And that is Him. It's holding in comfort, in stillness, for a long time. It's the three things we need to know. And as we dive deeper into why we do this, we notice, of course, that it's not just about our fascia, our connective tissue, keeping our whole body healthy and springy and hydrated. So drink a lot of water after today's class. In general. It's also about what that stillness does to the rest of the body. How it has the ability to slow down every single process in the body. From the breath to the heart, the blood pressure, all these things that we think we don't have control over, but we actually do. It goes for all the brain waves that are most likely quite agitated. Concentration on postures, they will already slow down a little bit. We can calm them even more by being in the whispers rather than moving, by focusing on the breath rather than letting the mind wander. And crucially, I'm not judging how we feel here, or judging me, or judging this class, or anything like that. Just accepting what we're doing here. And just being in the moment and being very content with what's going on right now. Not judging as good, that it feels nice. Not judging as bad, all the things that we don't do. The essence of mindfulness. The reason why you can actually see physical change in the brain. When we judge less and less. Starts with the body, always starts with ourselves. The things that go on around us have an effect on our body. Our body reacts, we react to them. If we can stop reacting, and we don't have to get aggravated about anything, then our body is much healthier. Now slowly, very slowly, roll into the back. And see if you'd like to cut the knees in or stretch the legs out. It could be anything. Maybe you feel like lengthening the legs. Maybe you feel like you need to loosen the lower back. And you do that at the side of the knees. And all together, let's breathe in and really gently sigh out through closed mouth. And that those little sighs and sounds of exhalation, because they are a very good way to enforce that, to enhance that parasympathetic activity and calm us, and metabolize our stress. And from here, we do the other side, and then a long hold, right leg stretches away from us, and left hand guides, right hand even, guides the left knee over to the right side. So we're going to give ourselves a lot of time to get comfortable here, with no rush whatsoever. Again, we can be like cats, just in our position, easily moving and moving. You've ever observed cats, you know what I'm talking about. Then find your position of comfort and make it a deep sensation, making the comfort. And stay and hold. I'm going to see my left shoulder. Eyes closed. Then on the back. On the left side. And stomach and Remember, the aim is not to get out of it. Any thoughts that come, don't think, oh God, I can't be anymore. Thought for the last minute. That's okay. We're human. You just don't let them face you. Let them come, you let them go. They're just noise, they're just vibration. Nobody needs to be judged. You don't have to place a value on good and bad. We're all making it up on our own. Going to the last few moments in this posture. And soft and relaxed. The sensation you feel. And slowly letting go. Releasing into the posture that feels just right for you. However it looks. Maybe you'd like to stretch the legs out. Maybe the feet are on the ground and the knees are high. And bending the little yummy sound. Breathe in, sigh out. The eyes would stay closed. And slowly rock from side to side. And feel a little bit. Your feet on the ground. Walk your knees to the right side, on the right side of the body. And then talk a little bit of time here. You don't need to rush anything. Even when you're ready, slowly making our way up into a comfortable seated position. Crossing the legs, stretching the legs out, and that feels good. And then move into the neck, not in a particular way, in a way that feels good for us. Move into the shoulders. Straighten the spine, wrap the hands together. We place the palms over our face. Open the eyes and bring the hands together.